I was watching the beauty sleeping on my couch, totally satisfied with her performance last night. Then suddenly, a swarm of FBI agents busted through my door and slammed me straight to the ground. Turns out it was a joint raid by the FBI and DEA. Soon, the cops found a ton of contraband and weapons in my house, even 2 big guns. This meant I was facing some serious criminal charges, but I wasn't even sweating. I just gave her a smug smile. Even though they threw me in jail, I was confident my dad, the sheriff, would get me out in no time. But what I didn't expect was my father cutting a deal with the prosecutor to protect the family name, pushing me to take a guilty plea. This would get my sentence down to 4 years. The sudden bad news hit me hard. But under my father's pressure, I had no choice but to accept the plea deal. In court, I didn't even try to defend myself, just pleaded guilty. The judge told me it was a smart move and that I'd get the minimum sentence under the guidelines. But then the judge dropped the bomb, 10 whole years behind bars. What the hell? I completely lost it. And no chance of parole. I cursed out my lawyer right there. He played me, but there was nothing I could do about it now. I reluctantly accepted this ending. 7 months later, a guard brought me to the infirmary. There I saw the cop who arrested me and the lawyer who screwed me over. They came to make a deal. They needed me to transfer to another prison and get a serial killer to reveal where he hid the bodies. But that place was a max security facility packed with the most dangerous criminals. Any one of them could make your blood run cold. Complete the mission and I'd get 10 million in cash. So, you want me to check into hell, cozy up to a fucking demon, and ask him all casual, "Hey, so where'd you bury 13 bodies?" The cop offered me something better than money. If I pulled this off, I'd walk free. But even with that tempting offer, I still said no. Seeing my answer, the cop had nothing left to say. She told me to think about the opportunity in front of me and left me a file on the killer so I could reconsider. But I had my own plan. I still believed my dad was working things out on the outside, and he actually was after I told him about the deal. He said no way and promised he'd find another way to get me out. But instead of good news, I got a gut punch. My stepmom, who never visited me, showed up. I had a bad feeling right away. She told me my dad had a severe stroke and couldn't take care of himself anymore. The reason she came was to convince me to take the deal. If I waited 10 years to get out, I might never see my dad again. Everything had fallen apart. I had no choice but to agree to their deal. But the cop said I wasn't the only candidate. The final call was up to her boss to make sure nothing went wrong. The fuck are you talking about?
I'll let my bosses know you're amenable to a transfer and put your name in the hat for the job, and we'll go from there.
I hit the gym hard every day after that, studied the files carefully, trying to learn everything I could about the monster I was about to meet.